Hey folks, it's instrument time. Today we have something that is going to be pretty unique for the channel. It's not mine again, it belongs to my wife, therefore that means I don't necessarily know how to play it, but it is again a music instrument, and this one has no strings. We have a Bodhrán. So a Bodhrán is a traditional Celtic frame drum. So this one has two cross pieces on the back, that's traditional. This one we bought in Tucson at the Folk Shop. The Folk Shop is a cool little funky musical instrument shop down in Tucson on Grant and Campbell. They're actually on Campbell. They are directly across the street from Rainbow Music, which is the nicest guitar shop in Phoenix, even if they are 2 hours away in Tucson. So it's a cool little section of Tucson. You've got the Folk Shop there, you've got Rainbow Music, you have Lucky Wishbone, which is hard to describe other than they sell fried fish, fried chicken fingers and steak fingers and shrimp, and are terribly bad for you but very tasty. And across the street is another nice Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwich shop. So everything you could possibly need in one little tiny corner of Tucson. So the Folk Shop's been there for years and years and years. It has new management, new owners as of a few years ago. We bought this before the new owners took over, but it's cool. They've got guitars, they've got banjos, they've got banjoleles, they've got Bodhráns, they've got harps, they've got mountain dulcimers. They probably, I think they have hammer dulcimers as well, maybe. So any kind of cool, funky, folky, non-traditional instruments. There's a good chance the folks at the Tucson Folk Shop have it. So shout out to them. It's a nice place. Anyway, frame drum. So synthetic skin head. One, I don't know who made this one. It has no maker's mark on it anywhere. I looked in the case and there's nothing in the case to indicate where it came from either. This one, very key, has an adjustable tension on the head. So sometimes cheap ones, they'll just be nailed on. This one has tension adjusters. So if you are somewhere where it is, and this one's loose, I can hear it rattling. I'm going to fix that later. So if you go from a place that is humid to a place that is not humid, then these are key. If I take this thing to California, where the humidity is not single digits like it is here in Arizona, then it gets all warbly. Whereas, of course, in Arizona, it tightens up. Same thing, if you had it nice and tight in a humid environment and you're going to go to a dry environment, you want to loosen the tension before you go in order to risk damage to the skin head. All right, so these are struck with what's called a tipper, and I have two here. This one is actually kind of cool because it has an asymmetric handhold here, right? So you hold it like this, and you just kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and right. I have another tipper here. Heavier tipper gives you a lower note. So a frame drum, which is fixed on the edge, resonates in a Bessel function. So where you strike it changes the tone. That's also true of a stringed instrument. So on a stringed instrument, where you pluck the string changes the tone, and a stringed instrument, which is fixed on both ends, are a series of sines and cosines. Right? So for example, if I pluck right here at the 12th fret, it makes one noise. If I pluck down here, right, and what you're hearing there is the different layers of harmonics, right? So on a piano, the hammers are actually set to hit exactly 1/7 of the way up the string. If you pluck about 1/7 of the way up the string, it affects the harmonics and changes the tone, right? So on a guitar, as you strum up and down, you change the tone as well. Same thing with the frame drum, only in this case, where you strike matters, right? So if you hit it in the head, you'll get a dull thud. And then you hear near the edge, you'll get brighter. right? You hear more resonance, more overtones, right? That's because if you're striking in the center, all those vessel functions are peaked in the center. As you move out, you get different sets of harmonics. And again, they're vessel functions as opposed to sines and cosines in a stringed instrument. Other than that, I can't really play it. I have no rhythm. That's why I play guitar, not bass or drum. You're supposed to play with this kind of sweeping motion. There are techniques where you can hold it in the middle and, you know, hit on both sides, sort of rolling motion. But again, I'm not the percussionist. And again, if anyone knows who made this, let me know. It appears to be a rosewood rim. It appears to have one rosewood in the center, and the other one is not rosewood at all. It looks like walnut, actually. So it looks like it's a combination of rosewood and walnut, and the center is almost certainly beech or another light wood. So that's it. This is the Bodhrán. They're great for that Celtic sound. This is actually pretty big and heavy. It can really fill a room. You don't need to mic it at all. And that's all I have for today. So, you know, is it left-handed? Why not? You know, it doesn't have strings. Does it have a pickup? No, because it really doesn't need one. And I can't talk about the company because I have no clue who made it. So I did spend some time talking about where I bought it. So free plug for those guys. As always, thanks for listening. If you like the content, like and subscribe. If there's something you'd like me to review in particular, let me know. Ship it to me if I don't have it, because I probably don't. And once again, we'll see you next time on Instrument Time.